Thousands of Guyanese and visitors are at the National Stadium for the biggest showcase in the Caribbean, the International Building Expo 2022. Launched under the theme, A New Frontier for Building a One Guyana, the Expo sets the stage for an urban center that is modern, sustainable, and resilient.
Silica City is central to this International Building Expo. It is the heart and soul of everything you will be exposed to during the next 2 days. Silica City is bigger than the city itself. It is about innovation. It is about new ideas. It is about daring to dream what some may consider an impossibility. It is about the commitment of this government and President Ali to build a better Guyana for all of its people. In 2013, President Ali not only was well ahead of his time, but also well ahead of Guyana becoming an oil-producing nation. And at a time when smart cities were not popular, and the reality of climate change was still being debated. Silica City is about a modern, low-carbon development path that is compatible with Guyana's commitment at COP26. Silica and Guyana's understanding that a new, modern, smart city is required given its geographical location and the rapid economic development that Guyana is witnessing. Silica City represents the transformational change that will bring life to Guyana's low-carbon development pathway. Silica City will make all Guyanese at home and in the diaspora very proud. It will incorporate a unique combination of sophisticated urban planning, best practices, and smart city principles. Its design is guided by the Sustainable Development Goals, the New Urban Agenda, the City Beautiful Movement, the National Multi-Hazard Disaster Preparedness and Response Plan, and by the Housing Act, among other elements. Silica City will have beautifully aesthetic building designs, and most of all, the creation of a modern, new smart city that will create the nurturing of lifestyles that balance culture, climate change risks, and economic vitality. In relentless pursuit, President Ali has put together a team of urban planners, architects, financial planners, and environmentalists to develop a master plan and involve one of the best urban planning groups in the world as consultants. Silica City epitomizes thought leadership as well as visionary leadership. In short, Silica City, the Caribbean region's first modern smart city, will epitomize the human quest for healthy lifestyle and improved livelihood. Silica City is about building pride, enriching lives, and promoting national identity.
Minister of Housing and Water Colin Crowell says over the past 2 years, the administration has achieved an impeccable record in the housing sector.
The establishment of new housing units, new housing developments across Guyana, the upgrading of existing areas, all under 2 years, have been met with huge smile of relief from citizens who are anxious to own their own homes, and I am pleased that so far we have allocated almost 12,000 house lots in regions 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. We have under construction over 1,200 units and have handed over 300 to families for occupancy. We have distributed and processed over 3,000 titles and transports. we have allocated lands even for commercial and industrial purposes. And during this event, we will be allocating a further 5,000 house lots in new blocks in Great Diamond, Plantation, Great Diamond, Grove, Metamerzark on the West Coast, Stewartville, Nonpareil Enterprise on the East Coast. While the demand for housing and land that we see today is much different from previous times, now citizens want a different style. They want different choice. They want prefab houses. They want pre-built houses. And the rapid evolving oil and gas sector has also brought its own unique demands for modern housing, particularly for condominiums, for which I am proud to say earlier this year we have passed new legislation to recognize the building of condominiums. We have grown accustomed to building with concrete and wood, but with the global challenges of climate change and environmental exploitation, we must now pursue constructive technologies which will reduce our carbon footprint. Over the next 3 years, more than $100 billion will be invested in regional infrastructures and building works across the 10 administrative regions. These works will begin to close the development gap between the coast and the hinterlands and interject new life in other areas. Additionally, $20 billion will be spent on the expansion of major highways, such as the extension of the Aubrey Barker Road to Enmore, the extension of the Eccles landfill and Schooner to Crane, and a further $30 billion will be expended on the construction of 1,500 housing units in LBI, 1,000 in Lenora, 1,000 in Wales, and even in Silica City.
The highlight of the Expo's grand opening is in the debut of Vision 2030. President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali unveils this vision as a depiction of the massive modernization Guyana is experiencing.
This Expo is much more than housing development. This Expo is about boldness, imagination, innovation. But more importantly, this Expo is about positioning Guyana and our future in a visual way, so that those who would like to invest and those of our citizens who want a more visual appreciation of what Guyana 2030 will be can enjoy that visual expression of Guyana 2030.
Founded on principles that include infrastructural transformation, environmental responsibility, and sustainable development, among others, government's Vision 2030 is designed to uplift the living standards of Guyanese.
Infrastructural transformation must be linked to the human transformation and advancement. It must be linked to life-changing experiences of the people of our country. So the roads and the bridges that you hear us talk about, the new buildings, they are all linked to the upliftment of human life here in Guyana. The transformation is linked to expanded economic opportunities. It is linked to the improvement of livelihood. It is linked to the advancement of society, all with a human aspect. This must be supported by a platform that is diversified. And that brings me to economic transformation. Economic transformation is about positioning Guyana to be the best in the region in food production, food security, understanding what is food engineering, and ensuring that our agricultural plans are critically integrated into the infrastructural transformation, and our human resource transformation is linked to the transformation in agriculture. All of this will be done and executed on a scale never seen before in the history of our country. And when I speak about scale, it is not only scale in a quantitative manner. It is positioning our development to be ahead of others. We cannot approach the development path in a straight line. It will take us too long. That is why we are bringing the best in class. We are following the best possible practices, and we are moving way ahead of our time. We are positioning Guyana in an international construct that is second to none. Our healthcare system powered by the best. Our education system powered by the best. Our governance system powered by the best. Our construction sector powered by the best. We are going to be a leader, and we must prepare ourselves to be that leader. The vision that we have must be supported by capital, raising the funds, finding the funds, encouraging the banking system to help the private sector, the small and medium-sized enterprises, financing them, giving them the capital, the injection that is required to go after the mission. It must be supported by research and development. Technological transfer and advancement must have with it research and development, because you have to find the best applicable technology to the local environment. We must be able to build trust in the society, trust in the system, trust in the institutions that support the system. Very important. We must learn from the best practices available. We must work to enhancing every single institution. We must build partnership. We have to select our partners. We have to know who has our best interest at heart. We have to be honest to our partners, and we have to ensure also that we seek from our partners honesty and trust too. In building strong partnership, we must respect each other. We must trust each other. We must support each other. We must share the same values and principles. We must stand up for the same values and principles every single day.
While noting that government has passed a series of regulations in the banking sector, along with a series of tax incentives to make home construction more affordable, President Ali says the benefits are wide-reaching.
When we came into office to now, non-performing loans improved from 11% in 2020 to 6.75% as I speak to you. In a global environment that is sending shockwaves all across the world. This is an improvement of 39%. Loans to household improved to 13% of the total loans. That is loans to households. The total loans in our country grew by 20% in less than 2 years. The total loans grew by 20% to $310 billion. That is what confidence the people have in the economy. Loans grew by 20% to $310 billion. But what was more important is that mortgages grew by $16 billion, or by 21%. Total lending to the construction sector was $15.6 billion as of May 2022. A 50% growth from the day we took office to now. In order to continue the aggression in the housing sector, and in order to make home ownership more affordable, and in order to lift more Guyanese out of poverty, and in order to increase the net worth of every single Guyanese, I wish to announce the following. I didn't hear you. I wish to announce first that for affordable homes $6 million and lower, the government of Guyana, with effect from the last day of Building Expo, will support home ownership by giving to every builder in this category the steel and one sling of cement that is required to build your foundation. For every other category of home ownership, young professionals, the middle income, from $6,001,000 to $25 million, we will give 2 slings of cement.
The International Building Expo 2022 will see approximately 300 exhibitors showcase their businesses and products for the benefit of current and prospective homeowners.